One of my eternal affirmations is life is beautiful. And it is, isn't it? I'm going to make a tattoo of that statement. Life is beautiful because it is a beautiful reminder to tell yourself that life is beautiful. But there are several things happening in this world. If we take a snapshot of this world right now at this instance, there are many people who confuse in between screenshot and snapshot. But taking a snapshot of the world right now, we will get two types of people to form two categories around: nice people and not very nice people, positive people and negative people. Now, many good people in this world might be feeling negative or not very nice right now, but unfortunately they will be categorized in the not nice group, isn't it? That does not mean that they are bad people, but it means that right now in this snapshot they are focused negatively, they are focused in the negative direction. So what can we do about them? Subscribe to my YouTube channel Awaken with Sagar and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. We cannot do anything about them, but here's a systematic approach which may feel detailed or too elaborate as well, but it will help you understand the logic behind it. And once you understand the logic behind it, it shouldn't really hurt you or cause you even a little pain. Everything teaches something, and if this is something that matters to you, if this is something that makes you feel that you want to do something about it, this talk will help you in expanding or broadening your perspective or thinking or understanding around this. Anyway, studying something like this is much better than going around fighting with people, isn't it? Which brings me to the next point. This talk will not make sense to people who have the habit or tendency to go around fighting with every single person who does not behave as per their expectations. Such people keep on fighting throughout their lives, or at least until the point when they realize how detrimental it is to their own well being, whichever is earlier. There are always two approaches to any situation, especially negative, isn't it? One is an understanding approach and another is an aggressive approach. It is a choice. You have to choose which side to be on. It is completely based on and dependent on what you desire your life's experience to be. I am not going to say that this is right and that is wrong, but if peace matters to you, if peace of mind matters to you, if it is important to you, then choosing an understanding path always helps. It keeps you peaceful. There is no gift better, more precious, or bigger than peace, isn't it? Not everyone in this world is living a life as free, as beautiful, as understanding, as awakening as you and I are. Therefore, it is not their job to change, it is not their job to behave differently, but it is your job for yourself, for your own self love and self respect, to understand the situation as deeply as possible, as correctly as possible. And that does not mean that you keep overthinking about it, but just understanding all of this once and then keeping it with you definitely helps. When you reach a point in your life when you are free, emotionally, financially as well, for example, stress free as well, trying to be anger free as well, trying to be tension free as well, trying to be free from all the negativities or worries of life, you do tend to think as to why some people behave in certain negative ways. That is very logical and understandable. But as soon as you understand a few things that I am about to talk about, you will understand how correct it is for you to change your perspectives. Let's take a very simple analogy that I just thought about to understand the statement that being nice to somebody else is like walking an extra mile for that person. Would you do that for a stranger? I would do that. Not everybody in this world would. Let's say you are walking from one point to another, and there are many trees at a distance of 1 mile from each other. Now, 1 mile is a long distance to walk, isn't it? You are on foot. The very first tree is a very simple tree, it does not have too many fruits. The second tree has a few fruits, but not of a very great quality as such, but it has fruits that you can eat and fill your stomach with. The next tree, which is another mile apart, has much better fruits. The tree after that is much more blossomed and it has many, many more fruits. So, with each mile that you walk or cross, the quality of the tree improves. You find a better tree after walking a mile. Now, let's say you are on this path. You are walking from one tree to another, finding better fruits for yourself. There is another person who is unwillingly being the keyword here, unwillingly walking with you, not necessarily with you as such, but on the same path from one tree to another. Now, that person is okay with the very first tree as well. That person is okay with a not very good quality tree and sitting there and just being there and enjoying there as well. But you are someone who is looking for better quality. You are someone who is looking for improvement. You are someone who is looking for better fruits in life, isn't it? So you are continuing to walk from one mile to another. Would you force that person to come with you? Would you force that person to walk an extra mile for you? Never, isn't it? Even if you do that, that would not be a very pleasant journey for you as well, isn't it? Therefore, and similarly, expecting someone else to behave nicely with you is like expecting that person to walk an extra mile for you. Now, walking from one tree to another, that is walking all of those miles, may be natural to you, maybe because you enjoy walking like me. It is natural to me as well to be nice to others by default. It is not for many people. For many people, it is unnatural and effortful to be nice or kind or nice basically to another person. You need to understand that it does not even need to be. Just understand that they are going through their own lives situations. They are going through their own situations or negativities at home, maybe at work, and anywhere else in their life as a whole. And they do not really need to take those extra efforts to be nice to you, because for many of them it is not even remotely present in their minds or thoughts or energies to do something to be nice to people. Of course, if someone is being disrespectful, if someone is doing something which is unacceptable or unethical, then there are other ways to deal with it. But in case there are these situations that, like I said, matter to you, or if this is something that you feel about, this is something that you think that you would like to do something about, then there are a few points that I would like to quickly touch upon in order for you to help you in resolving the way you feel about such situations. But before that, let's quickly talk about why people behave in negative ways, or why are people not very nice to one another at times? Why are people not very nice to you at times, despite you being a very nice person in that sense, isn't it? You are working on yourself, you are working on your energy, you are trying your best to be nice to everyone. But then why is someone, for example, not being nice to you? Several reasons. The first reason is that they are not trained. That is possible. It is unfortunate that these days people need training to be nice to others, to be polite or professional with others. It is an unfortunate thing, but that is how it is. Now that that is how it is, you need to do something about it. You need to at least understand that maybe they are untrained. Now, some people do not need training. Some people are naturally nice with others, naturally good with others, and such people always progress in life. People who are good to others always progress in their own lives. Like I said, some people do not need such a training, interpersonal training or soft skills training or any such training at all. And there are some people who badly need such a training, but they are untrained. Do they need to be trained? No, not at all. It is not mandatory at all, isn't it? You need to be trained. You need to be self trained, self loving, and self respectful. The second reason could be that that person is too engrossed in and focused on the negativities of his or her own life. negativities, or sadnesses in a variety of areas of life. Only such a person would be bad to someone else, isn't it? Happy people would never be bad to others. Truly happy people. I'm not talking about temporarily excited people. Happy people, that is peaceful people, that is stable people, would never really go around being bad with others. So, if someone is being bad with you, try to understand and let go, because you understand that that person is going through something negative in his life as a whole, or in that day maybe, or in those few moments at least. But the probability of him or her going through something bad in his or her life as a whole is very high, because all of that accumulates unless you work on it, and that person is most probably, most definitely not doing anything in that direction. You sometimes, despite working on yourself, behave badly with others, isn't it? So someone who is not working on himself or herself at all, the probability of that person behaving badly is very, very high. The third reason could be, like I said, it is not necessarily a priority for many people to be good to others. It is a high priority for me, and it is a big time thing. Not hurting others is not just a statement, it is a realization. You realize how bad it is to hurt another person. This is a realization that comes with experience, with life, not necessarily with age, but with true emotional experiences in life. Only when you have been hurt, you realize how critical it is to not hurt someone else. That is not a priority for many people, because despite the fact that they may have been hurt many times, they may have not realized this. They may have not experienced life enough. They may have not experienced emotions enough. So, as long as they are not dissing you, that is disrespecting you, just leave it. The fourth point that you can remember as part of why people behave like this is that people are too busy to be good. Many a times, many people are so busy and so focused on the physicalities of life that they do not really feel the need to give importance to the way they behave with one another. They are just too busy to be good to others, and it does not matter to them at all. There are many other points, but then the fifth point, just to summarize as to why people behave like this, is that many a times many people think that the world is how they are. So an aggressive person feels the need to be aggressive because he or she thinks that everybody is aggressive with them. So I need to win this situation through my aggression. An arrogant person, a person with anger issues as well, thinks that every person is here to trigger me. So I would like to display my arrogance or anger even before they trigger me. So the negativity lies with that person only, no doubt. And that is not true, isn't it? The world is not exactly like you. But such people think that way. Such people think that the world is exactly like me. So I need to mirror my negativities to the world even before I see negativities from out there. And it is not true that that person would see negativities. For example, if I would go and interact with someone, that would be in a nice way by default. But based on that person's perspectives, based on that person's experiences and nature, that person may behave arrogantly or aggressively with me only. That is very much possible. Now you can prevent this by raising your energy and attracting good experiences in your life only, but that is the work that you need to do at your end. We are talking about why people behave like this. So people tend to display their negativities at first because they think that the world is negative. You may find this very difficult to digest at first, but that is how many people look at the world. Just interact enough with people and you'll understand that they really think like this. So, here's to summarize why people behave like this. They could be untrained. They are so engrossed in their own negativity that they do not feel the need to be good to others. Being good to others is not a priority for many people, sadly. People are too busy to be good to others. They are so engrossed and busy and focused on the physicalities of life that they do not feel the need to be good to others. Or they think that the world is exactly like them, so they display their negativities right before they think they would see negativities from out there. People like you and me value interactions. We value relationships. We value and consider it precious to be able to interact with one another. I have always said that, isn't it? Interacting with another person is a very, very precious thing. Not everybody considers it precious because they are focused completely differently in their lives. This also indicates that they do not have the ability to recognize the goodness in others. You and I do, isn't it? The moment we recognize someone being good, we take extra steps and walk an extra mile to be doubly good with that person and basically cherish that moment, value that moment. Not everybody does. So, what are the solutions to all of this? If you have been following this work for a while now, you realize that this is self work. Like I said, you can be aggressive, you can fight with someone, or you can raise your energy and attract a completely new life for yourself. This is how the rule, this is the rule of the game. This is exactly how it works. Work on yourself, raise your energy, and you will magically see that everything that comes to you is of that raised level only. So what are the few points that you can keep in mind while dealing with such situations? Let's go through them. First and foremost, don't avoid anything. Don't avoid these negative thoughts. Don't avoid these negative feelings. If you are feeling negative or bad as a result of someone behaving badly with you, do not avoid thinking about that at all. If it is coming to you, let it come to you and correct it. If you keep avoiding, it will keep building, it will keep collecting, it will keep gathering for a much bigger negative experience. So never ever avoid your own negativities, never ever shy away from your negativities. If you are feeling bad about something, say to yourself that yes, I am not liking this, I am feeling bad about this, but then what can I do to change my energy and change that experience? So don't avoid. That is a very important point. Second, yes, being nice to others is natural to you, but then being nice to yourself is much more important. And how can you be nice to yourself when someone is being not very up to the mark, not very good, not very nice, not very friendly, warm, or polite? Be compatible in that situation because it is just a temporary situation, isn't it? Be compatible, be cooperative, be supportive, be professional, leave it at that, full stop. Third point, ask yourself a very simple question: how much does this person matter to me in my life? Now, if someone is hurting me, then that person should not matter to me at all, first of all. But even if that person is doing that on a repetitive basis, I need to tell myself that that person is not someone who is important to me at all. So that person does not matter to me at all. If that person is being utterly, bitterly negative with you. Besides, a very important point is that ask yourself, do I have to live with this person? If not, that person has zero importance in my life. That person or that person's negative behavior. Fourth point is, do not overthink about how someone may have behaved with you in the past. Because when you continuously think about that negative situation, even a couple of times, then you keep that kind of energy, that kind of magnetism inside of you only. That kind of a thing remains inside of you, and the probability of you attracting a similar situation, and especially if it has gathered over a period of time, attracting a bigger negative situation, the probability of that increases. So you do not want that at all. Do not overthink at all. Work on this, yes, find solutions, think in a corrective way, but do not overthink or repetitively think about someone's negative behavior. Change that, correct that to positive, find solutions, look in a positive direction. That's when you won't attract a similar situation. Remember to give less importance to less important people or things or their behavior. That's when you will have much better energy for attracting better versions of desired outcomes. Fifth is a very simple point, but a very similar and a very important point as well. By default, you need to keep in mind that I do not want to give importance to people or their behavior in general. This is a general statement for life, that I do not want to give importance to how people behave. That is not important to me at all. Now, some people misinterpret this as dominating others, but that is not how it is. I do not want to give any importance to how anybody behaves, because it is about them, their experiences, their perspectives, and their own journey. If we have come across each other, that is a temporary attraction. That is not the definition of who I am. That does not prove my worthiness. That is not the measure of how good I am as a human being or how I am as a person. And this may sound too spiritual, in the sense, let people behave in any way that they want to, but I will be nice to them. No, that's not how it is. It's about remembering that you are special, you are important. If someone is behaving negatively with you and you are working on yourself in this way, you are much better than most of them in this world. Amongst these solutions, there is a action item, which is the sixth point. Go out there and be nice to people who matter to you, people who you consider close to your heart. Go ahead, go out there and deliberately be nice to them, especially if you have been not nice to them in the past. Even if you may have been nice to them, go out there and be nice to them. That's when you will strengthen the kinds of people that you want in your energy, and that is what you will tell the universe indirectly. The seventh point to remember is to not self doubt. Don't doubt your energy. Don't doubt your attractions. If you have attracted something negative, it does not mean that you are negative. It does not mean that you are not doing something. It does not mean that you are unworthy or bad. It only means that there is a variety of experiences in this world, and you just came across a one off negative experience. That's fine. That does not mean that your energy is bad or low, but in any case, you can raise your energy and better your attractions. Eighth point, it does not take too much to be good to others. So be good, be polite, be decent, and be professional with others always, and you will always progress in your life, because you will not have used their negativities to pollute your energy. And when you keep your own energy clean, focused, and pure, you always progress in your life. Remember that this world is now a tough place to be. It would be a lie to say that this world is beautiful. This is a beautiful affirmation for sure, but there are many things happening that are causing a lot of negativities in this world. So you need to be a little more understanding. That's about it. While doing all of this, the ninth point is that you will not lower your energetic or behavioral standards. That will not happen at all. That is very important. Many a times you may end up in arguing with someone or fighting with someone, and that's also fine, but you do not want that at all. You do not want to lower your energetic or behavioral standards for someone else, because your life experiences, your energetic experiences, your emotional experiences matter to you. So I do not want to lower my behavioral or energetic standards for or because of someone. 10th point, just tell yourself that I don't mind. I don't mind the behavior of negative people. After a point, I want to just keep reminding myself that I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. There is a variety of people out there. I don't mind, because that is how they are, isn't it? If it were someone close to me, someone close to my heart, a family member maybe, I wouldn't have minded it as much, isn't it? But because I expect someone else to be professional, decent, or friendly or warm, because I expect that, and that person is not being like that, I feel bad, but I don't mind. I don't mind. That is another beautiful tattoo to be made. I don't mind. When will you not mind the negativities of other people? 11th point is when you be accommodating by nature. Accommodate. Let it come in your energy, and then just nicely, warmly, lovingly let it energetically go away from you. But be accommodative at first. I don't even know if that is a word. Accommodative. I am accommodative. I accommodate that. It's okay. There is a lot of space in my heart, in my energy for such people as well. I accommodate the behaviors of such people. I do not want to keep them for very long. So let it come, but then I will also let it go. Not just let it go, rather, I would kick it out, but in a very loving manner, in a very energetic manner. This is all energy work. There are many other ways to look at it, but to summarize, 12th point, 12th way of dealing with this, or the solution part of this, is hit the topic and say that I look forward to this interaction. I look forward to what I would get as a result of this interaction. I look forward to what is about to happen. I look forward to where I am focused. I look forward to the work at hand. I look forward to what I am getting. I look forward to everything that exists for me. I am grateful for everything and I look forward to everything that is coming to me. And another affirmation as part of this 12th point is, it is so much fun. It is so much fun to be able to interact with a variety of people. Now, it may not be fun in that moment, but you want to make it fun. I have often said this to myself that this is my life, okay? This is my life like a conveyor belt. And there are a variety of people that keep coming and going, and it is just fun. At the end of it, when I look back at my life, I want to just say to myself that it has been fun to be able to interact with a variety of people. Yeah, given an opportunity, I would have not wanted to interact with a few people at all in my life, but then if they came into my energy, I accommodated them. It was fun. It was fun. It is fun to be able to interact with a variety of people. It is fun. As long as I don't have to live with them, it is fun. I am not going to avoid thinking about them at all, but it is fun. I do not want such people in my life at all, but it is fun. I want to be nice to people in general. It is fun. I understand that the world is tough, life is tough, but it is fun to interact with such people. I want them to behave nicely with me. They are not, but it is fun. So the emphasis should be on, it is fun to interact with people. It is nice to interact with people. It is precious to interact with people. How they behave is based on how they are. How they behave is based on how they are. It is not the measure of my success. It is not the measure of who I am as a person. It is not the measure of the value that I am bringing into this world. So if someone is being a jerk, that is how that person will always be throughout his or her life. Me going and trying to fix that person would be an absolute disrespect and insult of my existence in this world. So I do not give a rip about how that person behaves. I love myself. I accept myself completely. And this only means that I would now like to raise my energy to the level that such a-holes do not come into my vicinity at all. Maybe you are taking this too seriously than you should. Maybe none of this work is required at all. Regular meditation, regular visualization, regular self talk keeps your energy raised. Regularity is important, and you can do it as frequently as every hour in the day, but at least once or twice in a day for a couple of minutes, for at least 5-10 minutes. Very, very, very helpful. Gratefulness, an attitude of being thankful to everything that you have, is also very, very, very helpful. That immensely helps you in keeping connected with everything that exists in your life. Thirdly, self focus and focus on self improvisation 24 by 7 is necessary. That's when you keep your mind busy and happy, because you are focused on self improvisation and you are not focused on how others behave. Do you have thoughts around this topic to share with me? Leave them in the comments boxes below. If you have questions around this topic or anything else, or if you have new ways of dealing with such people, leave them all in the comments boxes below. I'll be more than happy to read them.